Prince Harry is said to have an extremely rocky relationship with his dad Prince Charles, and their latest meeting lasted just 15 minutes and has been described as being awkward. As Charles did not want to meet with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry during their secret visit to Windsor Castle, claims a royal expert. Royal expert Robert Jobson slammed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex on GB News, and told presenter Dan Wootton, "I think the meeting with the Prince of Wales was a three-line whip. Charles was not particularly happy about doing it and he only agreed to do the meeting if nothing was said about him whatsoever on American TV." Mr. Jobson continued, "Prince Charles has reached the end of his tether, they haven't been in contact and had they have started blurting about that meeting, that would have been the end of it. He, Harry, turned up late for that meeting. All families have problems, but you don't go blurting off to your next-door neighbor as soon as you've had a meeting. Prince Charles thought if these conversations are out in public then I'm not putting up with it and he's drinking at the Last Chance Saloon." Prince Harry's fragile relationship with his dad Prince Charles is under the spotlight once again following yet another tell-all interview. Sources close to Charles have said he is at a loss to explain his son's behavior with his latest comments to American journalist Hoda Kotb this week. In the interview, which came days after Harry and wife Meghan Markle had a secret meeting with Charles and the Queen at Windsor Castle, the prince talked about how he wanted to protect the monarch and make sure she has the right people around her. Meanwhile, when specifically asked if he missed his dad now he lives in California, Harry refused to say, dodging the question. In March 2021, both Harry and Meghan sat down for a tell-all chat with Oprah Winfrey, which proved explosive. During the bombshell interview, Harry accused his dad of cutting him off financially and claimed he had stopped taking his calls. "My family literally cut me off financially," Harry said in March. "I've got what my mom left me, and without that, we would not have been able to do this. I think she saw it coming," Harry said, adding that it was the inspiration behind Harry and Meghan seeking to land a Netflix deal. Harry also said he felt really let down by his father, saying, "He knows what pain feels like. Of course I will always love him but there's a lot of hurt that's happened and I will continue to make it one of my priorities to try and heal that." In addition, Harry has also appeared on the Apple TV series The Me You Can't See, where he spoke about the royals' total neglect in the Armchair Expert podcast, where he lashed out at Charles's parenting. He told the podcast, "When it comes to parenting, if I've experienced some form of pain or suffering because of the pain or suffering that perhaps my father or my parents had suffered, I'm going to make sure I break that cycle so that I don't pass it on. It's a lot of genetic pain and suffering that gets passed on anyway, so we as parents should be doing the most we can to try and say, you know what, that happened to me, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen to you." In the weeks after the Oprah interview, Harry saw his father at the funeral of Prince Philip, although a reconciliation was not on the cards. Earlier this year, there had been reports the pair had been talking again in a series of video calls. And just last week, father and son were reunited when Harry and Meghan made a secret trip to the UK on their way to the Invictus Games in the Netherlands.